Hi, this is Kimberly. Yes, I'm back very briefly. I just have a lot going on right now. Stop asking questions. Oh, anyway, here's another one of those oldie but goodie things that I have in my stash as I'm trying to clean up my computer, one of many things I am trying to do. But here's some videos of Ashleigh Banfield. Gotta love her. She's all outraged and shit at Chris and shit because he's a dumb fuck, among other things, and an asshat. I could go on, but I'll save it. I'll be back soon, I promise. Didn't I say that before? Scratch that. I'll be back when I can. You know, it's probably going to be sporadic like this until after the holidays. Just saying. Maybe, maybe not. My life changes at rapid speed sometimes because, you know, of all hell breaking loose and clusterfucks and shit like that. Shit shows as well. Yes, plenty of shit shows, especially near the holidays. And I thought that damn shit was over when my parents died. No, it's not. It's not. Take care of yourselves. I do love you. Much love and peace. Thank you for listening.
Okay, there's something that I want to play for you in the light of all of these allegations made by Chris, the man who confessed to killing his wife and sticking her in a grave and dumping his baby girls deep into pitch black oil, has the gall to ask us all to help us find his family, and then has the gall to tell the police, she did it. My wife did it. My wife was the one who killed those girls. I think this guy is a piece of you-know-what for saying all of those things to us, knowing damn well where those people were, where that family was. He lied to all of us. Why are we to suspect for a moment he's not going to lie to the police about his beautiful wife, Shanann, who couldn't have said anything but loving things towards him and more loving things towards those little baby girls that he says she strangled? He says. The liar says he strangled. If you need more evidence of what she felt about those children, she wanted to always be together with those children. Always together. Always together. Including the days that she worked. She wanted to always be together with those children. And here's how she said it.
We're not promised tomorrow, you know? We're not promised anything, but to be able to enjoy our children and every crazy moment, it can be super crazy. I'm not gonna lie, my kids are crazy, but I love them, and I love the fact that I can be there for them. Bella knows that mommy doesn't go into work, so when mommy leaves the house without them, it's foreign to her, you know. We go everywhere together, and we do everything together, and that's what she's used to.
She's a mother who loves being with her kids all the time. Does that sound like a mother who, because her husband wants to split, she kills the little kids? Does it? There is an indication from at least one person that perhaps the marital bliss, at least as expressed a couple of months ago on Facebook, may not have been all it seemed. Shanann's mother works in a salon, and Shanann traveled this summer for 6 weeks to North Carolina to see her family and took those little girls with her. And Chris came for one of those weeks as well, and they all as a family went to that salon to stop in for some haircuts and a little catch-up. But this is what one of the colleagues at the salon now says about the marriage.
She was definitely one of those people that when she walked in the room, it was just like sunshine. Chris was very standoffish. She didn't really say anything. I said hi to him. He kept his head down. She mentioned, you know, about them having problems, Shanann and Chris.
And you said you thought they were going to separate?
Oh, that was the plan. That was definitely the plan.
Separation was the plan. That was definitely the plan. Why, you might ask? Well, if there's any indication, and it's a thin indication at best, but two other people enter the picture. Friends of the Watts, the Thayers. They spent weekends together, pretty close, in fact. And in fact, when Chris Watts appealed to all of us to help find his missing family, he was taken in by the Thayers. They looked after him for those 2 days. And boy, do they feel bad about that now. This is what they had to say about what Shanann had told them about a possible infidelity.
He said that it came to her mind that possibly he could be cheating, but at the same time she was like, you know, he has no game.
Jenna, it's probably best to look at the entire picture. Whether there was infidelity, who knows, on either side, right? But the truth is there are facts about their financial existence that are starting to emerge that start to create the canvas of their lives. What are some of those facts?
Yeah, and so the reports are coming out that there may have been at least $500,000 worth of debt that was accumulated by the family, not to mention, you know, mortgages and other financial obligations, and also just difficulties surrounding employment. And some of those things are just coming out. And what's interesting, Ashleigh, is that, of course, you know, social media paints one picture that most of us, I think, are hesitant to put anything negative on social media so it can appear that everything is going just fine. But now that these stories are emerging from families and friends, as well as the hard facts of their financial situation, that's probably what the district attorney will look at in terms of a potential motive.
Body language expert Janine Driver. Janine, I want you to look alongside our viewers and me at this moment that Chris Watts appealed to all of us to help him find his family.
If you're out there, just come back. Like, if somebody has her, just please bring her back. I need to see everybody. I need to see everybody again. This house is not complete without anybody here. Please bring her back.
This house is not complete. I hate to put myself in the shoes of anybody who's missing a family, but oftentimes behavior is the first thing that investigators seize on. Janine?
First of all, the house is not complete. The house misses her. How about her? Him missing her. He also doesn't say my wife, my kids here. He's keeping it more distancing. We call this distancing language. The concern that I have here, Ashleigh, is this long eye close that he's showing, and we see this eye blocking often with people, and it's a big concern. And also, if you're going to pretend to be crying, your nose should run, your inner eyebrows should pull together, and there's a reason why we have an ear, nose, and throat doctor, because it all connects together. There is no sadness in this clip.
So let me go over these issues and what your science shows you. For the rest of us, we're watching a guy talk, but you're looking at specific flags, and I want to list those out. The first one is that his eyes move to the upper left. What does that tell you?
So one of two things, it depends on if he's right-handed or left-handed. Typical right-handed people, when they look upper left, is recalling an incident. A right-handed person, a right-handed person, upper left is I'm recalling an incident. If I look up to my right, I'm creating an answer. So either way here, it doesn't matter, because what he's doing is he's going visually in an inopportune time. This should not be happening. He should not be going visually, so this is a hot spot.
So then you also note anger in his face.
Yes. Now, this is anger right here. We see a lot of anger and a lot of disgust. And even after anger and disgust, we then will see a smile in a couple seconds here. We see this at inappropriate times. I miss my wife. We had a conversation. All we did is I'll leave it like at that. And then that anger leaks out, that lips disappear. I say, Ashleigh, when we don't like what we see or hear, our lips disappear.
You also said, you mentioned that his eyes flutter when he speaks, but then there's this other moment that was odd. He's laughing, or he's smiling. He's got a delightful smile at one point in the interview.
Thank you for pulling this, and thank you for your producers. This is where he says, I want them back, and he smiles. This is called duping delight. This ripped my heart out. This is what had me saying 2 days ago, this guy did it, because we saw this with Susan Smith. Susan Smith drowned her 2 kids. She put them, the young boys, toddlers, in the seat, their car seats, drowned them in the water, and when the helicopters were above and she was doing a press conference, she goes, the police still haven't found anything, as she slapped this same smile that we saw here with Chris Watts. This is duping delight.
I mean, it's fascinating to see these elements that you're able to point out in your science. We should remind everyone, at this point, he's facing first-degree murder ×3 and tampering with evidence. But at this point, the charges haven't come down officially, and he is innocent until proven guilty. And when we say that Shanann Watts posted lovingly about her children and about her husband, that is not an understatement. In fact, it's hard to find anyone who seemed to love her husband more. I want you to just look at how she talked about Chris Watts on her Facebook page, especially since she met him in a low point of her life when she was gravely ill, and how he changed everything.
My health challenges happened. I was diagnosed with some health challenges, and then I met Chris. I met Chris because of those health challenges, and because of my health challenges, because I got so sick, I let him in, and he only knew me at that time. He knew me at my worst, and he accepted me. And, you know, through your vows, like through sickness and everything, he's been there, and it's hard for people to get. It's hard for me to understand, but he stuck around, and he stuck around because he was the one for me, and he is amazing, and I can't tell you how wonderful he is.
Not if what the reports say are true, that he confessed to the police that he actually murdered her and his 2 little girls. And you know, she wasn't the only one who thought that Daddy was amazing. Bella thought he was pretty amazing too. What you just saw was Shanann Watts 4 months ago. What you're about to see is Bella Watts from just 2 months ago, and just a few days before Father's Day.
My daddy is a hero. He helps me grow up strong. He helped me snuggle too. He reads me books. He ties my shoes. If you're a hero, blue and blue, my daddy, I love you.
And 3 months ago, that daddy had a birthday. And for his birthday, Shanann said something on Facebook after putting together a beautiful collage of their family. 16 different photographs, all put together with this: "Today I celebrate you, Chris. You are absolutely the best thing that ever happened to me in 2010. That year, you were placed in my life when I was at my worst. I was just diagnosed with lupus and fibro, and I felt like my world was crumbling around me. Then I met you. We have so many incredible memories of these past 8 years. 2 beautiful girls, moved halfway across the world, sold house, built our home for our family, and you constantly do for us. You work your ass off. You're an amazing husband and even better dad. You are the blessing I've been looking for my whole life. You are chasing big goals and dreams and never stop. You support me in so many ways. I hope you have an amazing birthday. I love you, baby."
She was 15 weeks pregnant. Might that be why prosecutors are holding off to see if they really can charge this man with the murder of that unborn child in the state of Colorado?
Well, they cannot, and that apparently is a fact. Apparently, according to the laws of this particular state, you cannot charge for the unborn fetus. There's a lot of political wrangling going on at this point to see if they could change the laws moving forward. But as it stands now, and certainly this gives the legislature in that state more impetus to do that, but as of right now, they can't. I think the critical question is whether the death penalty will be sought. Of course, the death penalty is applicable in Colorado. I should point out, though, Carol, it has not been applied in 40 years. And so it's while it's on the books, it's a de facto non-death penalty state based upon the application of it.